Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk, I crossed the fields, the moonlight illuminating my path, carrying a small oil lamp. With each step, the chirping of insects echoed, mixed with the whistling wind from the old forest, creating a creepy melody. The question kept arising in my heart. Why did the whole village accept that disappearance? Why did no one protest? I knew the answer must lie in the abandoned house that my grandmother had mentioned. As I approached the edge of the forest, I felt the strange air. The wind blew colder. The trees swayed as if whispering. I saw the house from afar. The tiled roof had collapsed almost halfway. The wooden walls were covered with green moss. The black windows looked like empty eye sockets. The closer I got, the harder my heart beat. But I couldn't turn around. Because Emily, my sister, was gradually sinking deeper into the darkness of that ritual. I stepped over the rotten steps. The wooden door creaked open, revealing a dense darkness. The house smelled musty, mixed with an indescribable fishy smell. I held up the oil lamp, the flickering light illuminating the walls covered with spiral symbols, identical to the marks on Emily's neck. My heart almost stopped. Inside the house, there was a cracked stone altar, on which were scattered wooden charms, frayed ropes, and opaque glass jars. I trembled as I approached. In one jar, there was something like a child's hair soaked in a dark liquid. I almost threw up. Apparently, this had been the site of some terrible ritual to sacrifice to the god of darkness. I suddenly heard a noise behind me. Turning around, I saw a small door on the floor was ajar, leading down to the cellar. A cold wind blew in, carrying a foul smell. I hesitated for a few seconds, then decided to go down there. In the cellar, I discovered a series of wooden boxes. I opened it, and inside were children's scribbles, tall, faceless figures standing under the full moon. One had shaky writing: shadow, whisper, ritual. Suddenly, a whisper echoed in my ears. John. I jumped, turned around, but saw no one. The whisper seemed to come from the walls, from the ground, into my brain. I tried to calm myself, but my hand holding the lamp was shaking. Then I noticed a stone slab in the corner of the cellar with ancient writing. I couldn't read it, but there was a passage in scrawled English, probably translated by someone. Every full moon, a child must be offered to shadow, otherwise the whole village will be swallowed up. This ritual cannot be broken, it can only be delayed. My heart went cold. It turned out that for generations, the whole village had secretly sacrificed children in exchange for peace. And now, Emily was marked the next sacrifice. In desperation, I muttered softly, "No, that won't happen. I will save Emily." But immediately, a deep voice rang out from behind. "You cannot change what has been chosen." I turned around. The oil lamp shone into the corner of the cellar. A thin old man with white hair and beard, wearing a tattered cloak, was standing there. His eyes were deep, with a strange light. I was startled. "Who are you?" The old man smiled slightly. "I am the guardian of the ritual. You shouldn't be here." "John." I stepped back, trembling, and asked, "Why sacrifice children? Why Emily?" The old man sighed. "Shadow is the god who has protected this village from disease, from war, from famine. But to have peace, someone must pay the price. Ritual has existed for hundreds of years. If you resist, Not only Emily, but this entire village will disappear overnight. I bit my lip, feeling anger rising. No, you're lying. That's just the cowardice of adults, accepting to kill children to protect themselves. The old man's face darkened. You don't believe it, you'll see. When the full moon comes, Emily will be gone, like all the other children, and you can do nothing but cry with that. The old man turned and disappeared into the darkness, so fast that I didn't believe he was just a normal person. I stood there, frozen, cold sweat pouring out. When I returned home, it was almost dawn. Emily was still fast asleep, but I saw the black twist on her neck spreading, now showing purple veins. I touched it lightly, and she hissed as if burned. I jerked my hand away, panicked. I knew I didn't have much time left. That cursed ritual was slowly consuming my sister. If I didn't act before the next full moon, Emily would disappear forever. And so, I decided to go to my grandmother, the only person who still knew much about these secrets. She could be my last hope to save my sister, but I didn't know that. When I went to her, I would have to hear a truth even more terrible than what I saw in the abandoned house. ... Want to know what secret my grandmother revealed? Watch the next episode.